Hi everybody, my name is Jenna and I'll be taking you through a 15-minute reformer class. So to start, you're going to set your springs to 2 reds and 1 blue. We'll be starting with footwork, but before we get into that, let's find some grounding. So to set up, we've got 2 reds and a blue. I want you to take your foot bar to wherever is most comfortable for you to make sure your knees are stacked right over your hips once you're laying down. Scooch to the edge of your carriage closest to your foot bar and bring the shoulder near the front shoulder rest down into it, and then just roll onto your back. Once you've landed, your feet can really land wherever feels the best for you. I like my feet wide on the platform, knocked into one another. This gives me a nice neutral pelvis. So start with several slow breaths. Breathing into the back of the rib cage. And allow that breath to travel all the way down to the pelvic floor. So as you inhale, naturally, this bowl of muscles in your pelvis descends and expands in the body. And then as you exhale, there's a gentle lift, and that lift is the start of your core engagement. So imagine this hammock connected to the bones of the pelvis. The inhale, it descends as though someone's just rolling into it. And on the exhale, it gently lifts as though someone was getting out. And allow these final few breaths here in this stillness be a time for you to deepen, to ground, and to really arrive mentally for your practice. Find the same length inhale as you have on the exhale. And as your breath continues slow and steady, with that connection, breathing the rib cage down into the carriage and all the way down the body into the pelvic floor, welcome in a couple windshield wipers here. So maybe you adjust your feet to be more hip distance. Just draw them side to side. Get a little movement in to the hips here. And bring your feet up onto the foot bar if they're not already there. And start to ground your heels firm into the foot bar as we take some articulated bridges here, just some rolling bridges to really wake up. Arms ground down. Pause as you inhale. Exhale, lift the pelvic floor, then roll up through the spine. If the carriage moves, it's okay. We're not too focused on that right now. Just articulate through the spine. Inhale at the top, make sure the toes are flexed back, and then exhale as you roll all the way down. Nice slow inhale, breathe down to the pelvic floor. Exhale, lift, grounding, heels firm into the foot bar as you scoop up the tailbone, articulating up through all vertebrae, and then articulating right back down. Flowing this here. Notice the breath as you go. Nice inhale as you press your hips a little higher. And then slowly roll down. You can take another one if you like, or another couple windshield wipers, whatever you need here as these final few moments, just to gently move the body before we get into that nice strong footwork. Our springs are already set up, so drive your heels firm, feet hip distance, just as though we were going into those bridges. But now, slowly, pause as you inhale. Exhale, press the carriage out all the way to straight legs, keeping the quads active, and then bend all the way in. So slowly, so quietly, we're not crashing in at the end. Press to extend. And then all the way back in. Now you can fully straighten the legs here. Just notice the kneecaps. Make sure you're not locking them out as you extend long. So we want to focus more on the quad, lifting up. And then we bring it all the way in. Toes remain flexed back towards the face. Soften the neck, soften the jaw. All right, after we close this one, we change it up. Exhale, extend. Inhale, come in just halfway. We pause right here. Find a little pulse. In 1 inch, out 1 inch. In, hold, out, hold. In, hold, out, hold. Woo, 2 more. Last one. Straighten the legs all the way out. Bend it all the way back in. Let's take feet to a V. Heels stay on. Inhale, prep. Exhale, extend. My knees are not that wide, so just tune in here. Knees are really just about shoulder width for this. Smooth out, smooth in, like the air is thick and it's so hard to flow. Next time, you extend all the way out. Exhale. Inhale in just halfway. I want you to pulse the thighs. Out 1 inch, in 1 inch. Out 1 inch, in 1 inch. Keep the carriage still. 4 more. 3 more. 2. Last one. Straighten the legs. Exhale. Inhale in. Feet come wide. Soles of the feet are going to press in. Toes stay flexed. Press the carriage out. Bring it in. 2 more. Out. In. Last one. Out. Bring it in. Extend all the way out here. Come in just halfway. Pulse the thighs out 1 inch, in 1 inch. Out, in. 4 more. 3 more. 2. Last one. Send the carriage all the way out. Bring it all the way in. Let's bring toes on. Back into that V shape. Heels high to the sky. Knees not too wide here, so I want to make sure there's engagement all the way around the leg and the thigh. Exhale as you press out. Inhale to reset and come back in. Exhale when you need that extra power. Inhale when you find opportunities to reset. One more full one. Send it all the way out, keeping those heels nice and high. You've got it. Bring it in. Thighs go out 1 inch, in 1 inch. You can take this out 1 inch, in 1 inch. You can, of course, pulse it up and down. But right now, maybe you try this out and in for 4, 3, 2. Last one. Press it out. Woo! Pause here. Swivel your feet to be parallel. Melt the heels under. And lift the heels up high. Melt the heels under. Lift it up. One more. Let's take this to a jog. Bend the right heel down, left heel down. Back and forth. Take however you need, but take the speed however you need, but I want you to focus on the movement through the ankle, right? So really grip with your toes, flex and extend the ankles. Dorsiflex and then plantar flex. You got 4, 3, you got 2. Last one, heels go high, slowly bend the knees all the way in. Extend your legs on a diagonal on top of the foot bar, arms up to the ceiling. Inhale, lift your head. Exhale, press the legs down as you roll up. Take off 1 rep. Extend your legs out, extend your arms out, articulate, roll all the way down. I'm gonna move my hood as I lower down. And then grab onto your small strap, small loops. that. Feet are back on the foot bar. Wrists stack right over shoulders. So actually look at your wrists. Make sure they're over the shoulders. Inhale, expand. Exhale, hug your abdominals in. Float the legs up to tabletop. Toe taps. I want you to reach beyond the foot bar, then lift back up. Reach beyond and lift. If you're just bending at the knee joint and tapping down, I want movement through the thigh bone. So reach and lift. You have 4, 3, 2, last one. Arms lower, lift. Pause for the inhale. I'm just adjusting. Exhale, bring it down. Woo. Inhale up to the ceiling. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. 2 more. Let's take it to a V. Inhale, up on a V. Exhale, feel your lats really hug down. Inhale up. Exhale. 2 more. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Triceps. Bend the elbows. Inhale. Exhale. Press down. Elbows stay just floating right above the carriage. Keep that up. Let your breath flow into the back of the ribs. Legs remain stacked right at table. So start to notice if the feet start to sink or the knees start to come in. Just take those little observations in of the strength in just static holds. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Hold the arms straight. Extend your right leg out. Bend it in. Left leg. Coming into our single leg stretch here. Arms staying in this hold. Breath is steady. Nice. Just a few more. All right, double leg stretch. Bend both knees to 90. Inhale, exhale. Send it out, bring it in. Out and in. Keep that going, keep that flowing. Nice, 4 more. 3 more. 2. Stay out. Pause here. Arms go up. Inhale. Exhale. Arms pull down. Head lifts up. 2 more times. Inhale. Lay it all down. Exhale. Lift. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Stay up. Pulse the arms down, 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 down. Wrap in your abdominals. Keep that going. Slow, deep breath. Inhale. Slow exhale. Keep the pulse up. Pulse down, 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 down. Legs can always come back into table as needed. Keep hugging in the core. Staying with inhale. Slow exhale. Almost there. Breathe through it as you pulse. Down, down. Core is strong. Inhale. Slow exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Slow exhale. Final breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees if they're not there. Slowly lower the head. Extend the arms up and back to close the carriage. Bring the legs down. Straps back onto the pegs. And we adjust up and over. All right, extend your legs, arms up to the ceiling. Inhale, head up. Exhale, roll all the way up. And let's adjust to a comfortable seat. So you can find this comfortable seat sitting cross-legged or sitting onto your heels for a little more challenge. I'm gonna take cross-legged. Not everyone likes it though. Arms will have to come wider when we get into biceps, so if you'd rather have that tighter seat, you can always land with your sitting back onto your heels. All right, hands are coming back in, but let's adjust these. We're gonna wanna take off the red. We'll keep the blue on, though we can always swap it down to a yellow. All right, one blue here might be a little bit light to start for our biceps. Bring the arms so that they are right down in line with you. Draw the tailbone down, wrap the abdominals in. Nice big inhale. Exhale, curl, and bring it down. Nice. So as you get going here, you have the option to add a yellow. You have the option to move down to a yellow. All right, shoulder sensitivities, might want to stay with the blue. We're going to change this in just a moment. So you have 4 more. You have 3, 2. Let's take it into a push-up. Hold the bicep curl, flip your palms away from you. Now extend out, bend in, elbows come down by your side. Press it out, bring it down. Wrap in your abdominals, get nice and tall. You have 4 more here. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Bring it in. Palms up, lower down. Lifting forward. So I'm going to squeeze my legs a little tighter together. Sweep the arms, straight arms up. Keep the spine nice and tall, lower down. Wrap in the abdominals. Sweep up. Crown of the head keeps lifting up higher and higher. Notice your breath. Inhale, reset. Exhale where you need it. This one we take it a little bit higher. Pause for the inhale. Exhale, sweep all the way up. Flip your palms away. Thumbs and index fingers come to touch. Take the hands to the back. Take the backs of the hands to the forehead and press it out. Bring it all the way in. Press it out. You have 4 more here. Wrap in the abdominals. You've got 3 more. You have 2 more. Last one, pause on the out. Bring your palms in, find a slight hinge forward. We take it overhead triceps, bend and extend. Breathe into the back of the ribs as you take this nice full range. This is where a blue is really nice. So for biceps, if you added on that yellow at any point in time, you can take the yellow off so you are just down to 1 blue. So stay with this full range. Almost there. You have 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Bring it back to that salute. So thumbs and index fingers touch. Maintain that hinge forward here. Bring it in, back to the hands to the forehead. Extend out. You have 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one, pause, lifting forward. So we're sweeping down with control, palms up. Spine gets nice and tall here. Sweep back up, lower down. So we're just coming back out the way we came in. You have 3 more. 2 more. Last one, stay up. Flip your palms away, push-ups. Bring the elbows in, extend out. Shoulder blades are hugging in and down the spine. So the tips of the shoulders, the very head of the shoulder, the very top of it is pointing up to the ceiling. Notice if they're caving forward and try to find that counter. All right, last push-up. Bring palms up, elbows in, bicep curls. You have 4, 3, 2, hold here, press it out, pause and breathe. Inhale to the back of the ribs, slow exhale, 3 breaths. Get taller through the spine. 2 more. Final one, slow inhale. Slow exhale. Bring the elbows in, release them down, close the carriage, and then take your loops back on your pegs. Let's get set up for our leg work here. So I want you to step off to, if you're facing the foot bar, step off to the right side. This is my right side. So I'm gonna lower my foot bar. I'm gonna keep my blue on and add a yellow. All right, right foot, leg closest to the front is stepping onto the platform. This is always how we mount. Step onto the platform first because it's not gonna move. Carriage is gonna move. All right, feet parallel, micro bend in the knees. Take a moment to upright your pelvis here. So many women stand with their tailbones pointing out. I want you to think bottom hip bones. Nope, your only hip bones. Pulling up to your bottom ribs. Wrap it in. Slide by pressing down and out. And bring it back in slow. Get taller through the spine. Like there's a wall behind you. I like to keep my hands where I can make sure I'm not gonna tilt my pelvis forward into that anterior pelvic tilt. But take your hands wherever works for you, maybe just on the hips. Spread all of your toes, really ground down. You're just taking this in your own timing. Inhale, exhale. Bring it in. Tailbone down, abdominals wrapping, get tall through the spine. All right, we have just one more here and then we're into my favorite part. Take it out how far out you can go. Bring it all the way in. And from here, gaze down, squat down all the way, hand to the foot bar or the platform or the carriage, and we're adjusting. We're gonna take the blue off so we just have the yellow on now. Come back up, make sure the foot is grounded firm on the platform, and then you rise. My cat's joining us. So once again, find that upright stance, so pelvis down, core hugs in. Micro bend in the legs, spread your toes, press down into all 4 points. Under the big toe, under the pinky toe, outer edge and inner edge of the heel. Take it out as far as you'd like to go, and then inner thighs are hugging in and up to bring you up. Check in on the length of the spine. Breath is steady into the back of the ribs. I feel like I should get bonus points. Added a little more weight, and she's a big cat, so it's a lot more weight. Breathe into it. Inhale out. Slow exhale. Press down, hug in and up. You should get even taller once the legs are closed. Send it all the way out. Inhale. Exhale, press down, squeezing in and up. All right, I think we've got just about 2 more here. Inhale out. Can you go a little slower? Exhale, ground down, lift up. 1 more, full range. Send it all the way out. Inhale. Tailbone down, abdominals wrapping. Ground down, squeezing in and up. Now I want you to close the carriage, hold it closed, take a squat down, pause here. Feeling now, quads, outer thighs and inner thighs to keep the carriage closed. Sink down a little lower, maybe arms come overhead. Big inhale, slow exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale, exhale. Bring your hands to the foot bar or the platform and step both feet onto the carriage. Let's adjust the foot bar up. I'm gonna put my blue on and yellow off. Make your adjustment as needed for just a little more weight. Maybe you wanna keep blue and yellow both on. Hands come on, foot bar nice and high, elephant. Press your feet down, round your abdominals, hug your core in. Press the foot bar away, slight tuck of the chin, just so that we're really flexing the spine. And then send your legs back. Hug your abdominals in, round the spine more as you come close. Now, if you can, feet are back towards the shoulder pads. Hug the abdominals, round into close. But if shoulder pads are too far away, feet can land more in the center here. Upper body is rounded, shoulders are behind the wrists. All right, one more here. Send it out. Inhale, exhale, hug, in and up. Let's come into our knee stretches. You're going to tuck your toes, soles of the feet press up to the shoulder pad, knees down. Sit back, rounded spine here. With the knees remaining down, hinge so that knees are under hips, and then closing the carriage. Upper body is working to stay pretty frozen. Out, in. You have 4 more, round the spine. 3 more. 2. Take it with a flat back here. So bring the knees back under the hips, lengthen the spine. Send your tailbone back. Bring it under, knees under hips, then try to close the carriage. Of course, trying to close it without a crash and keeping the shoulders back. So maybe it doesn't fully close, that's okay. You have 4. We're finding that flexion of the knee, bending the knee in. You have 3, 2, last 1. Sit back, add your yellow on if it's off. So we have a blue and a yellow, lower the carriage down. Now I'm gonna turn away from you now. Bring your foot on to the foot bar, onto the platform, and then step your other foot onto the carriage. Tailbone down. We press down to slide out and bring it into close. So another option to feel your pelvis upright is to take a little fist to your sacrum. Make sure it's reaching down. Heavy tailbone here. Wrap in your abdominals. Spine keeps getting taller like there's a string coming out of the crown of the head. We are almost there. Can you press down and out as though you're trying to press through the carriage? All right, let's do one more. All the way out. All the way back in. Bring your gaze down, find a focal point, something to stare at as you send your hips back and down. Take your blue off, keeping just the yellow on. Adjust so that the platform foot is grounded. Slowly rise, tailbone down, slide it out as far as you like to go. Inhale, exhale, we press down, inner thighs hugging in and up, spine getting taller and taller. Slide it out. Hug in and up. The other thing to focus on too during this leg work is finding moments to relax the glutes. So we want to make sure we're working the muscle in the full range, not just holding tension all the time, but find those moments to relax and reset. Tailbone down, inhale, exhale, squeeze and lift. Get tall in the spine. Let's do 2 more. Very last one, all the way out. Find your depth with it. Press down, hug it in. Now squeeze the carriage to close. Hips go back and down. Feeling quads start to engage. Lengthen the low back. Hips sink a little lower. Feeling all parts of the upper leg fired. Arms overhead, hips down more. Tune into the breath. Slow inhale, slow exhale. Final one, inhale, exhale. Slowly bring your hands down. We're just coming right on because we are adjusting our spring setting. So you can take either one blue or one yellow for our next little bit of work. I'm gonna go on a blue and see how that feels. we're spinning around. So, I want you to take yourself just in a nice big circle. Bring your thighs up to your shoulder pads for tabletop facing to the back, or also sometimes called parallelogram. So, hands will come onto the runners here, and your upper body shifts so that your shoulders are over the wrists. Notice your spine. Make sure it's not dipped. Make sure we're not rounding just yet. Find length here. Now, inhale. Exhale. Hug your knees in, bringing the carriage to your wrists. Send it back. Big inhale. Exhale. Hug in. Send it back. Inhale. We're staying with this motion, so just keep that flowing. All right, take one more. Take it all the way in, all the way out. Now, as we set up for our obliques, any point in time, if you need to lighten the spring load, do so. Take both hands over onto your right runner. Hands will shift to the side, fingers drape over the side. Once again, notice the spine. Make sure we're not dipping it. Hug the abdominals in. Get shifted forward a little more. Inhale. Exhale, using your right obliques, bring the carriage in. Maybe you tap your right wrist gently and send it back. Inhale, exhale, hug it in. This is Elsie. And find that lengthening of the spine. Your left side of the body almost getting a stretch here as you really crunch in on the right side. Shoulders back and down, neck is long, jaw is soft. Give yourself one more here. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then slowly reset. Let's do one in the middle as a little center. Inhale. Exhale. Hug in. Bring it all the way back. Hands over to the left. Shift the upper body forward. Hug the abdominals in. Inhale to start. Exhale, bring it in. So as you inhale, right side of the ribs expand. Exhale, left hugs in. All right, tune in. My neck and jaw and shoulders really want to try to help out. So rock and rolling back and down. One more over here to the left. And then back to center, our finale here. Shift it far forward, take a big inhale. Exhale, hug, hug, hug all the way in. Deep inhale. Exhale. One more, keep hugging in. Slow inhale. Exhale, slowly release. Send it all the way back. And we will adjust up and around. So face around to the front once again here. Okay. Bridging. So let's put on 2 reds and a blue once again. Adjust your foot arm back to its footwork height and lay yourself back down. Scooch towards the top. Plant your feet on. If that's a little too tight for you, you can extend them over. Scoop your tailbone. Get a nice little stretch here. And then, depending on where you land, shimmy your way down. Heels on. Toes flex up. Lengthen the spine. Articulation to start, just like we began. Pause, inhale. Exhale, tailbone up, roll up. Try to get a stretch and don't let the carriage move. Lift up, inhale. Exhale, lengthen the spine as you lower all the way down. At the base, slow inhale. Exhale, wrap in, lifting the pelvic floor, zippering up the core all the way up. Inhale up. Exhale, articulate all the way back down. All right, flat spine. Keep the spine nice and long. Hips elevate and lower. Elevate, reaching the tailbone away, lower. Hips elevate and lower. One more, up and down. This time, hip lift. Just lift the hips, set them down. Lift, set down. Deep breath, inhale, back of the ribs. Slow exhale. 2 more. Keep the hips up, hug the abdominals in. Without the pelvis rocking, right leg up, plant it down. Left leg up, plant it down. Find your march. Take it back and forth. But just notice how much your body wants to shift to help. Inhale, exhale, hug the muscles in. Finding that cross body. Your left obliques are really helping stabilize. Your right hamstrings doing so much work. And then vice versa, when you lift the right leg, left or right obliques and left hamstrings and glutes. All right, even yourself out here with both feet down. From your hip lift, just roll up, lifting up high. Inhale and articulate all the way down. Slow, deep breath. Then let's set up for our feet and straps. Extend your legs out. We're resting on the foot bar, or maybe now we float up into a teaser. Send them on a diagonal, arms up to the ceiling. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, roll yourself up with control. And then once you are up, bring yourself down to adjust, taking one red off. So we just have one red, one blue. And then your choice here, legs draping over. We can roll down, or you can come back to that teaser. And then from your teaser, scoop the tailbone, rolling yourself down. Reach your hands back, feet on the foot bar. Hands will find the long loops. Press your feet into the foot bar to straighten out the legs. Bend one knee to chest. Foot in the long loop here. Send it out to get some tension. Hug the other leg in. All right, legs will extend up to the ceiling. Sacrum is heavy. If you extend your legs up and you feel the sacrum picking up, don't send them so high. Just breathe here for a moment. Take an inhale. Exhale, press your feet into the straps. Bring it all the way down. Arms down by your side. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you press. All right, bring it all the way up. Nice. Let's do 2 more just like this. I don't know if you hear my squeaks, but my guys are pretty squeaky up there. All right, next time you come on to the diagonal, bring your heels to touch, toes turn out. Coming into frog, bend your knees so that the knees stack right over your hips. Heels are touching. And again, we're not going super wide here. We're keeping the engagement of the inner thighs. So knees just a little wider than the shoulders. Press the legs out, hugging the inner thighs into one another, and then we reset. Bending back to 90 and extending out. Drive the heels away from you. Check in with your breath. Nice full inhales. Full exhales. All right, 2 more to go. Last one. Keep the legs straight. And then extend them up to the ceiling, bring them parallel, externally rotate as they sweep open as wide as is comfortable for you. Engage your inner thighs to bring them back to close. Legs come parallel as they extend up to the ceiling. Turn them out to open out nice and wide, and then sweep them around to close. Parallel, ceiling, wide, turn out, close. One more like that. Keep the legs turned out. Sweep them out wide, however wide is comfortable for you. Bring them up parallel to one another and press down. Use your hamstrings. Sacrum is so heavy here. Legs turn out, sweep out wide. Bring them all the way around and up. Lowering with that strength. Let's take 2 more here. Final round. And then starting with a just a little short spine start. Keep the sacrum down, but send the legs up, just back as far as they can go. Maybe for you, it's not even 90 today. We're just starting to find, okay, this is just like the lower lift, but if you have the capacity to send the legs beyond you, keep the sacrum down, beyond your hips, take that. So we're gonna send the legs up, bend the knees into your chest, bringing them out to a turnout position, a V, and then extend out parallel up to the ceiling, knees to the chest, turn out, and then we extend out. Sacrum grounds you down the whole time for this. We just have 2 more here. Legs back, knees to chest, feet turn out, heels touch, extend out and parallel. Last one, up, out, just wherever that lands for you. Maybe you're pretty far away, that's okay. Press it out, you got this. All right, hug your knees into your chest. Take your left strap off. Send your left foot way out. Right out to the foot bar. Let it land down to support you, and then take the right strap off. We're gonna close the carriage here as we land into a stretch. I want you to slide, if possible, slide your left foot under and just let it drape and relax under the foot bar so it's just draped over the carriage. Send your right leg up, flexing the toes, grab whatever is there for you to reach. And if you can't slide the foot under the foot bar for some reason, if it's just not in the right spot, you can let it relax on top. You might find more of a hip flexor stretch, so as stretch through the left side. If it's a little bit lower, then higher up. One more breath here, slow inhale, slow exhale. Figure 4, cross it over, hug the left hamstrings in. And let's swap. If you can, finding an adjustment, slide the right leg under the foot bar. And again, if you can't, that's okay. Just plant it either flat or let it drape over on top. Flex the left toes as you bring them in, even if the knee's a little bit bent and much farther away. Wherever you're feeling a gentle stretch, not any intense pulling or anything uncomfortable. Breathe into that. And take it into your figure 4, cross your left ankle over, interlace fingers behind the right hamstrings. Right knee pulls more towards the right shoulder rather than the center of the chest. Soften the forehead and the jaw here. This is our transition from work to recovery, from putting our body under stress to letting it know it's okay now to shift, to release. Hug your knees to your chest, plant your feet onto the platform, and gently rock yourself to one side and slowly press up. We've got my favorite stretch. We're gonna take mermaid as a stretch here, rotating through the spine. I want you to take, let's keep a red on. You can take the blue off. So you can sit however you like. We're gonna do both sides. Set up in your mermaid stance. So whichever way you're facing the leg closest to the shoulder pads, adjust around so the shin is pressing into it, front leg just crosses. Hand closest to the foot bar on it, opposite arm reaching towards the back of the reformer. Draw the tailbone down, square off the hips, get tall through the spine. Take a nice big inhale, lift. Exhale, press out. Nice side body stretch. And as you find this lateral flexion, draw the hip down, both hips down, working to upright the pelvis. Take your top arm squaring off, adjust as needed so both hands are on the foot bar. Spine starts to rotate more, and to get that deepest rotation, hand that was elevated is now going to cross to the opposing runner. So you're getting a full twist here. Tuck your chin, wring it out. Give your tailbone a little tuck under, a little twist deeper, and then both hands back onto the foot bar. Find that little mermaid on the rock, that little Ariel, Princess Ariel moment. Heart lifts high, chin lifts. Imagine the water splashing around you. Take an inhale. Exhale, press it back. Unwind the way you came back. Top arm lifts up and over. Land with your hands on the carriage, just winch away for the legs around so you're adjusted to face the other way. Hand closest to the foot bar grabs onto it because I don't know which way you're facing. Hand into the well, lifts up with an inhale, over as you exhale. Linger here, drawing sits bones down, getting that big flexion of, lateral flexion of the spine. Hand grabs onto the foot bar, square off, working into our spinal rotation here. Right hand and my right hand, the hand that you had lifted, will continue to reach for the opposing runner. Wring yourself out, tuck your tailbone under, twist, 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 breathe into it. Let yourself unwind, find that arch, that extension of the spine. Heart lifts, gaze lifts, chin lifts. One more, inhale. Exhale as we press it back and come out the way we came in. And from here, hands will land on the shoulder pads as you adjust yourself up and over. Take some windshield wipers of the legs before we close out here. We will close out in an upright seat for this today. I want you to find a comfortable seat. Either sitting cross-legged or sitting on the heels. You face forward. I'm gonna face you. Ground your sits bones down. Sweep your arms up high. Inhale. Hands to heart center, eyes closed. Feel your sits bones ground down into the carriage. And then from your tailbone, trace up your spine, getting longer with each vertebrae that you meet in your mind. And as you find your tallest spine, your highest self, let the heart lift, let the chin lift, and hear yourself in your mind commit to moving with this tall of a spine for the rest of your day. Take a deep inhale, breathe it in. Exhale, let it go. Gently blink your eyes open. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you so much for joining me for this 50-minute reformer class. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Thanks.